Now let's look at the double equals operator. So just like in our previous video, I'm going to try to compare 2 versus 2, and the answer is true. So yes, the number 2 is equal to the number 2. So that makes sense. So let's say if I do an object is equal to an object, and it says false. So the same rules apply when you are using a primitive type to compare versus an object. But here's the difference between the double equal sign and the triple equal sign, and that is coercion. So over here you see over here it says equality with coercion. So let's see what that means. So let's say if you are trying to compare the number 2 and double equals the string of 2, the answer is true. So if I hit enter, it says true. So the double equals sign, what it does is it tries to compare the two values, and if it cannot, if it sees that the two values that need to be compared are actually two different types in JavaScript, then it attempts to convert one particular type into another and then makes the comparison. So in this case, what it does is it says, okay, I got number 2 and string 2, so I'm going to try to convert this number into a string and then see if they are the same. And it does, and it says, oh, they're the same thing. So then it says true. So to give you this definition that is mentioned over here in section number 7, so the definition is when trying to compare different types, the JavaScript engine attempts to convert one type into another so it can compare the two values. So in coercion, one particular example is, so let's say if you're trying to add, use the plus operator. So if I try to do 2, the number 2, and then plus, and then do number 5 or number 6, doesn't matter. The answer is actually 26. It's not 6 plus 2 is 8. It says, okay, I need to merge or add these values. So this is a string, this is a number, so I'm going to convert this into a string and then merge the values. So that's what is happening over here, right? So if you look over here, the type coercion property priority order is that first it tries to convert things into a string. If it cannot, then it tries to do it into a number. And the third priority order is to convert it into a Boolean. So another example, which is mentioned over here, is true minus 5. So if I just do true, the Boolean value of true, and then try to do, let's say, minus 5. So what it does is it says, okay, true, this is a Boolean value. I don't know what, like, I cannot subtract this. So I'm going to try to convert this into a number. So true when converted into a number is 1. So just think about, like, in the computer world, there's only zeros and ones, the binary number. So 1 is true and 0 is false. Okay, so it converts this into 1. So 1 minus 5 is equal to negative 4. So that's what it does. So let's say if I do true plus 5, it converts this into 1. 1 plus 5 is 6. All right. Now let's see what if I try to do true and then I plus and I do the string of 1. So it tries to convert this into a string. The word string, the true is going to be a string, and it's going to merge the word 1 with it. So that's why you get true 1 like this. So that is coercion in JavaScript, and the equals operator compares the two values, and if the types are different, it converts one type into another and then sees if they're equal or not. In JavaScript, it's a rule of thumb to make sure that you use the triple equals operator as a good practice, because sometimes things can just not work correctly in your instances. So you want to make sure that to have more quality code, you know exactly what's happening. You don't rely on the coercion and automatic conversion of JavaScript because it can lead to unforeseen consequences. So stick with triple equals as a good developer, as a good practice. Talk to you in the next video.